Hey everybody, Professor Doom here. I'd just like to preface this video by saying that this could be nothing. This is most likely nothing, but I am going to compile all of the information together and put it in a video and place it up on the channel so I don't have to go back and look up this stuff later just in case it turns out to be something. It's the only reason why this video is going up. You can watch it. You can comment and tell me that, this is a psyop, this is that. Fine. But I'm still putting it up. And let's compile all this stuff because there's some, to me, some very noteworthy changes to the countdown clock that I was talking about. And of course, there has been, well, less than exciting developments with the countdown clock as it's gone so far. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I'm going to show you the countdown clock, and I'm going to show you the message, and I'm going to show you a message from a while ago that I took a snapshot from because it's going to lead us into a certain laptop. And then we are going to take a look at this right here first. And then I'm going to take you to the countdown clock as it now shows. So let's take a look at this first.
You can do what you like with it. You can decode it any way you want, but I want to say thank you to my friend for sharing this with us. Wow, this is so crazy. Check this out. Now, many of you were asking, what does that mean? How is that real? I don't understand. Then Big Daddy Kahuna posted this tonight at midnight. All of McAfee's 32 terabytes, I'm going to say 31 to 32 terabytes of data, gets released in the blockchain. He has dirt on everyone. This weekend is going to be wild, and we're just getting started. And it says McAfee did not uninstall himself. Guys, this is what it is. So he included a link, and it says Brit Bong. See that log post? McAfee in one of his tweets has actually he has tagged this particular Brit Bong log post in one of his tweets. So the link available for most countries to view because people in Germany are saying, I can't see it, Santa. So here is that countdown website, and it is live right now. So you can actually look at it. TikTok. I looked at this when I had 8 hours and 11 minutes, guys. So this is how quick I had to work on this broadcast. Look at this, guys. All right, it is. So now you saw what I reported back in June, about a month ago, and what's going on now. When is that 28 days, guys? It's tomorrow, the 23rd. Oh my gosh. Now, some are asking, will we see it? We don't know. Will we know? Just like Q posts, so many things did happen that we never saw. But the good news is that when this ticking time bomb drops, we'll notice it with the media, the politicians, the big banksters, a lot. All the dirty people are going to freak out. Then I was just doing a little bit more digging. Then I found this Anon post. It's kind of interesting. This is actually called The Great Awakening United Worldwide. You can sign in to have an account so you can go ahead and communicate with them and post in their sites, which is good. But this was interesting because this person posted, if you go here to Ingersoll Lockwood's countdown, you will find a strange countdown clock. Above the clock is written countdown 2021. Let's go there. All right. See how that's a live clock? 61 days, 5 hours, 38 minutes, 18 seconds. Then it says, what day, this is so great, what day was the U.S. Constitution signed? Who was born many years later the next day? All right. So, and then it says, there's a hidden message under the clock. If you highlight this area, it says TikTok. So let's go here. You highlight this. You might have to go like this. There it is. Okay. So you hit, oh my gosh, I love it. TikTok, shall we play a game? Nothing can stop what is coming. What other hidden messages are there? Oh, yeah, there we are, 1717 Pennsylvania Avenue. Okay. Hey, guys, are you?
Okay. So who is it that Ingersoll Lockwood is talking about when it says that this individual was born many years later and the next day? Well, September the 17th, 1787 was when the Constitution was drafted or written or whatever it was, or passed, ratified, whatever the case is, whatever the deal is. And the very next day, many years later, was none other than McAfee, September the 18th. And she goes on to point that out in this video. So I just thought I'd save us the time and just explain to you what she's going to be stating in the video. So now, Ingersoll Lockwood is talking about nothing can stop what is coming, TikTok, and is talking about Mr. McAfee. And obviously, they must be indicating something about his release of a bunch of dirt on everybody. That's what we would assume. Okay, so let me take you now to the countdown clock, but I'm going to show you a snapshot, of several days back. And what I want you to notice is the particular website that is listed on the screenshot. Let's take a look at that. So indeed, this was many, many days ago. And as I said, the countdown clock has been lackluster, or I should say uneventful so far in their predictions. So far. And, well, what you'll notice is the website called frazzled.rip. So if you go to this website, you're going to see a silhouette of a person who could very well be the image of Mr. McAfee. But don't quote me on that. But what I want to share with you is the backstory to the words frazzled rip or frazzle drip. Let's take a look at the backstory behind that, in case you're unfamiliar with it. Oh, one little piece of that you're going to find very interesting is that, and is beyond dispute, is that there was law enforcement investigation into the Anthony Weiner laptop. There were multiple law enforcement officers that had eyes on the contents of that laptop. There were law enforcement officers that either committed suicide behind what they saw or were suicided. Now, one of the pieces of information that came out, whether this be true, what I find interesting is that how did they come up with the frazzled rip or the frazzle drip? Is that allegedly there was a folder that was on the Anthony Weiner laptop that had the title Life Insurance. And within that folder was some kind of file called frazzled.rip. Maybe it was a rip file, or rip it open and whatever, and allegedly contained a snuff video of Hillary Clinton and Huma Abedin sacrificing a young girl and removing the skin of her face and all that other insane stuff. And if, let's say there was even more. Let's say there was much more beyond this. This is just bad enough on its face. This would be enough just to cancel them all out. But this is the rumored story that is behind one of the files on Anthony Weiner's laptop. The fact is that we know that there was officers that. If I've already reported that there were officers that took their lives all on one day at one particular law enforcement agency, that is a freaking huge red flag. That was a completely different location in California. If you have law enforcement officers from one agency that take their lives all around the same time, there's something going on. And if this indeed happened with the law enforcement officers that had their eyes on the Anthony Weiner laptop, something is going on. That's all I'm going to say about that. But let us take a look now at the latest posting on the countdown clock, and let's take a look at what it's saying. Ingersoll Lockwood for being adamant that they are not in any way followers of QAnon, which I am not either myself, but they made it clear on their little notation on their webpage that we are not followers of QAnon, nor will we ever be, or I should say the conspiracy theory QAnon, and nor would we ever be, let it be known. I think that was the gist of their message. I'm paraphrasing. But what I find interesting is that on that Ingersoll webpage was talking about none other than Mr. McAfee himself. That's who was born a day after, September 18th. So they're talking about all of a sudden on our latest countdown clock, and it says loaded, triggered, tick-tock. And all throughout all of the messages that have been on this, nothing can stop what is coming. Now, either one of two things is true here. Either someone's putting up a dummy website and following off of just some stuff that Ingersoll Lockwood had posted on some kind of countdown clock back in 2021, and how they were stating nothing can stop what is coming. But there is much more to Ingersoll Lockwood going on now with all of these little nuggets and rabbit holes and everything else on the website, that I think it's a little bit more than that. I don't think that this is somebody who's created a countdown clock to kind of parrot what Ingersoll Lockwood did back in 2021 with even the same words, tick tock. Do you remember there was TikTok in there? And anyway, so now my question is, as you can see, it says 31 terabytes. As in, well, there's going to finally be a release of the dirt that Mr. McAfee had. Was there some kind of fail-safe that if something were to happen to him, that this information would be released? Was there going to be a release at one time and there was a bunch of shutdowns going on? I don't know. I was not out here in 2021 for all of this as it was going on. Well, yeah, I was part of it anyway. But so anyway, this is what the countdown clock is reading now. And here, as you'll see, is a picture of Mr. McAfee. Now, what I want to do is I want to take you guys back to a particular December 5th date back in 2018 and remind you all of the individuals that have dirt on them were notified. And what you will notice is that there were certain individuals that looked quite disturbed by what they were reading. Something can be said about what you're going to see. And the perfect example in this, in the services that were being held, in the video that we see, is that whatever it is that Jeb Bush and his wife saw in this envelope was so disturbing, or was enough to make him drop his hand and have a look of, this was beyond bewilderment. This was absolute fear. Whatever was in this envelope and was given to all members that appeared to have dirt on them, whether it be Hillary, Joe Biden, the Obamas, whatever was in these envelopes was enough to shock Jeb Bush into, well, let's take a look and you will be reminded of it again. Now, the reason why I bring this up is this. Is it something that he knew that had the potential to come out and expose him and his family? If that's the case, then when could it be released? Well, obviously he had the appearance of fear that, well, it could be, well, we just don't know. We don't know, but take a look at how he responds. And it is obviously whatever was in that envelope was enough to have him very, very concerned for his future. Or not. Now, I know this just so happened to be a Q-related video, but it still does not take away from the fact that this did take place. Now, then the question becomes, what kind of dirt was Jeb Bush concerned about? And exactly who would possess this dirt? Where would it come from? And, well, the only reason why I said I am posting this video is in case this turns out to be something. Wouldn't it be absolutely wild if all of a sudden the dirt that these people were all worried about did finally make it to the light of day? And it just so happens that we were being alerted to this fact right here. Thanks, everybody.